I'm extremely happy to welcome our Dean Postgraduate Studies, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, for this guest lecture. I'm happy to welcome our guest speaker, Dr. Balasubramani, a Director, Manage, Hyderabad. So I would like to welcome all the senior professors, Dr. Venkat Prabhu, Dr. Asogan, Dr. Jansirani, and Nirmala Devi, Janagirani, and all the PG and PhD students who are gathered here for this lecture. So this guest lecture is on strategies for promoting natural farming, role of extension. Our expert speaker is having a project sponsored by Government of India. It's a very huge mega project, and he is sponsoring this throughout India, and he is trying to promote natural farming in the entire country. So that's his current job scenario. I would like to briefly tell a few words about our speaker. இருக்கு sir. I welcome all the online participants for this guest lecture. To say a few words, Dr. Balasubramani is my UG classmate at US Bangalore, and he is my close friend also. And first he started his career in rubber board, and later he has joined this Manage Hyderabad, and now he is currently working as a director. He is having 25 years of experience in field extension research and academics in various capacities. He is having doctorate in agricultural extension. Currently, he is working as director and heading the Center for Sustainable Agriculture and Climate Change and Adaptation in the National Institute of Agricultural Extension, Manage, under Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India. Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare as a designated Manage as the nodal organization and a knowledge repository for Bharatiya Prakrit Krishi Padarthi, BPKP, its program in Hindi, especially focusing on natural farming. So he is implementing this activity as his center head. So he is implementing an innovative program named Certified Farm or Livestock Advisor Program, CFA and CLA, as a principal coordinator at a national level to enhance the competency of the extension professional to create a cadre of expertise in agriculture and allied sectors. He is also principal coordinator for certificate course on integrated nutrition management implemented across the country. He has 11 books, both authored and edited version, and 34 research articles to his credit. So with this a few note, I would like to welcome our Dean also to give his remarks on this occasion.
So good afternoon to all. The most respected today's chief guest, Dr. Balasubramani from Manage, as our professor at the Department of Extension, senior professor Dr. Venkat Prabhu, the Asogan and other senior faculties, and I hope all master students and PhD students on extension. First years also here. Okay, so welcome you all for this today's lecture. Sir, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University is now going for many online, the people who are coming for an external examiner, we request for the guest lecture. So in this, there are many series of lectures going on. So in that, I'm really happy that you came here for the evaluation and also for the today's evening lecture. I hope there are many participants will join this your lecture. And also this lecture also been connected by online through Google, through Microsoft Team. So the people, online people are also watching, and also we record your videos also for their use. And regarding the many of the extension persons, many leading speakers are coming here and presenting the lecture. But today is a unique one because our own alumni and is sitting in the Manage and looking on the national affairs. Not only he is in the training institute, trainer training, because many of our people are trained in Manage, and so the Manage and TNA you have many close relationship. So in that, one of the leading extension scientists who is here with us, and really I'm happy that. And another thing is that when you're working on the many of the projects like climate resilient project and recently on some of the nutrition project. Every project nowadays, it's scientifically many things are proven, but when you want to expand to the, for example, many biofortification programs going, but taking to the society need extension people, the methodology in the very clear planning and financial management and all implementation and monitoring. So these are all the things which like the senior professor like Balasubramani working on different area, the experience on different ways, because the any project, any kind of newer things we can easily design and we can say that, but in the implementation stage, a lot of issues are there. In that, the extension persons are key people working on that. So in that, we are talking very lengthy period on the climate resilient crops, and the every 1 degree change in the temperature, it's a big impact on the crop productivity, and also the big impact on the crop ecosystem. And we talk about these whenever they increase the temperature, the rise in the sea level, because of that the inland soil salinity is there. So because of that salinity tolerant types, and also salinity is major problem soils are created. All the issues are there, but scientifically we have a lot of issues. But when you take it the issue to the farmers level or the implementation agency level, there are a lot of issues are there. This need a proper planning and proper execution, and also proper extension service is needed to show the impact, what kind of impact it definitely will be on the society. So these things are definitely is a very big issues. And another thing, the nutrition issue also, we know that a lot of malnutrition is there. And even though India is towards developing country, but still the micronutrient malnutrition, the big issue. We have pearl millet, which they have high iron pearl millet types been put into the market, but still it is not reaching the grassroots level. Similarly, the people want to introduce the small millets. Now the year of millets, they introduce the small millet in the system, but still when you go to the public distribution system, there is issues are there. We can talk on the malnutrition and also the biofortified crops, but it is again the convincing society, it takes time, and whether fortify in the crop itself or fortify in the food products, so those issues are there. So those kind of issues, definitely the extension system is now coming into the big role and try to convince the people how to go into that. So this kind of variety of areas he run the project. So definitely his experience, sharing his experience on the how the process, entire process work, and what kind of difficulties there, how to plan in newer way. Those things definitely will help us. So definitely, sir, your lecture will eye open our young extension scientists. They are going to rule the country in the another decade. So definitely, your thought process definitely taking to the some of the focus area where they can able to master in their future careers. So with that, I welcome you for this today's lecture. I also thank the Department of Extension for arranging this kind of nice lectures with the speaker, the eminent speakers, national speaker. Thank you for one and all, and also I thank all the online participants going to benefit from the lecture. Thank you.
Honorable Deans, respected my classmate and my friend, Dr. C. Karthikeyan, Professor and Head, and senior faculty members, and my beloved student friends. Good afternoon. I'm really very happy. Sir, I'm really very happy to be here because I was sitting here this side during my student life here in the same hall. As a guest, you invited. I'm really thankful to all of you. And because yesterday I was interacting with my senior director, my mentor. I was telling that I am going to TNU. He was appreciating TNU like anything. He was telling that I visited so many universities, but the university campus, when I go to the TNU, I feel so much satisfied and very happy, like he was appreciating. I'm also very happy to say whenever I'm going, I'm a product of TNU. No, previous slide, please. Previous. Sir, I think extension, the scope is growing, not now because the scope of extension, because nowadays, yesterday, Honorable Prime Minister has addressed gathering, because we all know that by 2070, Government of India has committed that government will be achieving zero carbon neutral country. that zero emission by 2070. So he called all the secretaries of six important departments, secretaries, agriculture, then environment and industries, transport, many sector which contribute to climate change. They are called because 2070, when we wanted to achieve the zero emission, then definitely every sector has to minimize the emission. Otherwise, we cannot achieve the emission. So he called almost around 600 industries heads were there. So he wanted to interact how best industries can contribute for reducing the emission. That was the interaction during that time. Yesterday, full day was there. There was a breakout session by each department. And on behalf of Manage, I also participated in that program. Then a lot of issues were there. One of the issue was natural farming. So when they talked many issues, even carbon credit, they're talking about the carbon credit. So who will do? Ultimately, whatever the high level policy decision is taken, ultimately the person who is at the grassroots level, he has to adapt. So what is a carbon credit? How best we extension people can make or get the project benefit to the farmers. So we are talking many things now. Earlier we were not talking about the climate change. Now we are talking about the climate change. So when we talk about the climate change, when we must know what is vulnerability, how to assess the vulnerability, then what are the technologies available to different vulnerability to adaptation and mitigation, then how to plan the contingency planning. Now talking about the district level plan, block level plan, and also village level plan. Uh, then we talk about the One Health concept, like soil health, human health, and also uh, animal health. We are talking about the nutrition sensitive agriculture. So many things we are talking, but earlier it was not there. Then everything, the extension people should have knowledge and also uh, thorough in subject. So, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Yes, Dean was telling now digital agriculture is also gaining momentum. Then we must also have a knowledge on digital agriculture. Then we are talking about the agriculture credit infrastructure fund. There are 1 lakh crore is earmarked for creating the infrastructure, agriculture infrastructure. So now suppose if we want the fund should be utilized by the farmer, then we must know what are all the provisions are, different schemes and their provisions are there. What are the infrastructure can be created? Either it may be threshing yard or cold storage. All these knowledge has to be required. So the scope of extension is keep increasing day by day. So in this actually, as Professor Ended was telling about the natural farming and for climate change, in order to minimize the emission, the natural farming is one of the option available for the agriculture sector to reduce the carbon emission. Next slide, please. So why we have to go for natural farming? By seeing this picture, you may be understanding. So soil is one of the important factor, is it not? Soil, if you see most of the soil in India, it is dying, and there is no, because after green revolution most of the soil we are applying inorganic fertilizer, there is no farmyard manure and crop rotation is not there. Soil almost it is dying. It is, you can see the picture here, mostly fertilizer pesticide continuously we are dumping, and as a result the soil health is lost. Next slide please. So you can see the can you see the picture here? Most of the soil in dryland area, it is like a sterile soil, is it not? And the scientist also indicating that by 2020 the we can get almost only 60 harvest we can get it if we are not undertaking any soil improvement. We can get only 60 harvest is left out, and organic carbon content also, if you see, it is totally reduced so much, and it's supposed to be 2.5 to 3%, but now it is only 0.2 to 0.5%. So organic carbon content is very, very important for it is like a working capital. Without working capital, you cannot do any business. So soil throughout the country, it is deteriorating. Next slide, please. And organic carbon content, if you see, and most of the states, more than 60%, 70% of the soil is poor in organic carbon content. You can see the situation. Next. And even the land degradation from 2003-5, and you can see to 2018-19, the degradation is increasing. And one way we are saying that we need, population is growing and we have to increase the production productivity, but the sterile soil is increasing. So what is how we can improve the production? Next. And you can this also you might have been come across, compared to 1995 to 2025. If you see, the around by 2025, more than 40% of the area will be water exploited. And okay, next. And the groundwater in India also around 17% of the block already. That is 1,185% of the number of blocks already overexploited, and 50% of 5% of the blocks, that is 312 blocks, are in critical state of groundwater exploitation, and 80% of the farm water is consumed by only 3%, three crops, either paddy, wheat, and sugarcane. So we have to go for crop diversification. One of the study even today morning, Mr. Arun Kumar was telling about crop diversification is also one of the important factor. So, but if you see the earlier, the lot of the crop diversification above ground and also below ground also, lot of diversification was there. Now above ground, totally biodiversity is lost, and below ground also there is no diversity. So we have to go for crop diversification. Next, please. And another reason why we have to go for natural farming is, if you see in 1970s, suppose if you apply 1 kg of fertilizer, we used to get around 13.4 kg of grains. Now, if you apply 1 kg, it is we are getting only 3.7 kgs of grains. What it indicates? Fact, sorry. Decrease, so much decrease. So we have to, what happened then, farmer, if he wanted to apply, get the same product, they have to apply more and more fertilizer. Then soil health will be deteriorated, cost of cultivation will be increased. Again, the fertilizer, whatever we are using, it is all imported fertilizer. Now, see, this year 2022, government of India allocated the fertilizer subsidy of around 1.05 lakh crore, but because of single war, Ukraine and Russia war, it is expected that it will be increased to 1.9 lakh crores. So much burden on the government exchequer also. And increasing cost of cultivation, decreasing returns. If you see the previous years, and the yield and also cost of yield is also in decreasing, but cost of cultivation is increasing over a period of time. Next. And carbon equivalent, suppose when we talk about the emission with regard to climate change, and when we go for organic and conventional method, the emission almost around 40-48% reduction compared to the conventional method. Okay, that is also one of the reason we have to promote. Next. And with regard to safe food, now everybody is having enough money, and they are interested in to go for better food and safe food also. But if you analyze if you see the data which is analyzed, even fruits, vegetable, all the crops, there's so much. If you see the fruits, around 277 sample which was approved, it is having non-approved, the chemicals are there, and 25 samples, it is more than the MRL level. And similarly, vegetables also so much, 985 samples are having the chemicals which is not approved pesticide content is available, and 140 is more than the MRL level. So people, more than 30 lakhs death is reported because of the pesticide contamination in the food. And so you might have been cancer, you read the newspaper and all, in Punjab, Haryana, there is a separate train for cancer train and all, because so many people are affected by the cancer because of the residues in the food. Next slide. The other way, suppose if you target the international market or right from the local market, domestic and also global market also, if you see the demand for quality safe food is increasing. Okay. So there is a demand in future also. There is a demand for our product quality safe food. So as a result, we have to go for a natural farming. Okay. Next slide, please. So in this context only, Honorable Prime Minister has announced that we have to promote natural farming in a big way. Earlier also people were growing natural farming is not a new crop for us, new concept for us, and it is from the beginning we were doing the natural farming. But when the Honorable Prime Minister announced during the national convention in the Gujarat on 16th December 21, he said that we have a lot of technologies, lot of knowledge in our system. We have to learn the ancient knowledge and also sharpen with our modern times. It is not that traditional knowledge we are repeating again. So a lot of technology is available, which is very good for our nature also, human being, health, environment. So we have to combine both traditional wisdom and also modern technologies. And he indicated that we need to take farming out of the chemistry lab and connect it to the nature's lab. So he was giving a call to the nation. So let the farmer try in a small scale. Let them try with the natural farming in a small area. Suppose farmer is having 2 acre, let him try with for half an acre. And if he is convinced, then he can expand the area. Okay. And he was telling that at least one village for every panchayat has to be promoted in natural farming, and it should be made as a mass movement, like a millet. Now it is made as a mass movement. International level also, the government of India only spearheaded, convinced the FPOs, and they accepted, and now they made it as a international year of millet. Okay. And a lot of now today in manage also, I think I heard that in TNA also they have given a circular that in any official function they have to go for some millet related food. In manage also today for international program is going on, and they are serving the millet related items only today. So they wanted to make, otherwise millet nobody was bothering. Now everybody is talking about the millet. It is like treated as a superfood. So this natural farming also they wanted to make it as a mass movement. Next slide, please. As I told yesterday there was a webinar at the national level. Honorable Prime Minister addressed, and green, they are promoting on the green growth. Whatever growth should be green growth, and every sector, how best they can go for energy conservation or energy that is in terms of green energy or renewable energies. Even petroleum, they are introducing one scheme called Gobardhan. Gobardhan means galvanizing organic bio-agri resource dan scheme. And then capital investment towards energy transition. If you see in manage also, we made more than say 80% of our the energy we are producing from the solar and also wind energy. So more sustainable. Then green credit program. That is whatever the farmers are growing. Suppose natural farming, it is in the 4 years. 10 lakh hectare will be converted into natural farming. How best? Suppose natural farming 10 lakh hectare means, so otherwise in the conventional system so much fertilizer would have been applied, so much pesticide would have been sprayed. So this much fertilizer to produce a lot of the energy would have been used, and even transportation of fertilizer also, it requires a lot of carbon footprint. So in order to avoid the what is there any possibility for getting the carbon credit system like green credit program, and even Amrit Dharohar, that is conservation of wasteland. They are going to plan in a big way with the help of Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and they wanted to promote mangroves initiative for shoreline habitats and tangible income. So they wanted to the focus next year, next phase. They wanted to focus on that. Another thing is PM Pranam. PM Pranam is a PM program for restoration, awareness, nourishment, and amelioration of Mother Earth. So Mother Earth also they wanted to give so much importance for restore and also protect. Then Bharatiya Prakritik Kheti, that is natural farming. It is then bio input resource center, through agriculture department. So a lot of activities they wanted to do to save our mother earth and also save good agriculture practices. Next slide, please. So in this context only, natural farming is promoted and manages, recognizes a nodal organization at national level for promoting natural farming. I think, suppose if after completing your program, if you are joining in the department, you will be uh, hearing some of these, because this they brought out a national level scheme called National Mission on Natural Farming, earmarking around 1,584 crore, out of which they have given 60 crore to manage for 4 years, and I am heading that scheme. And this last year, last March only, they have recognized and managed as natural farming. And our role is, it's not, we are not conducting any research on technical aspect, because extension, mainly we want to promote natural farming. So natural farming, for your information, it is there are a lot of controversy. There is no single nomenclature, because many people say that it is a biodynamic farm and organic farming or regenerative agriculture, like that. But natural farming in general, it is a chemical-free agriculture, agroecology-based diversified farming system, which integrates trees, crops, and also livestock with functional biodiversity. More biodiversity is promoted by integrating other components. So there is a difference between the organic farming and natural farming. In organic farming, external input is permitted. Suppose vermicompost or organic manure, organic liquid, biocontrol agent, these are all permitted. But in natural farming, whatever the input generated within the farm has to be recycled, is cyclic economy kind of things. Okay, so as a result, it uses on-farm inputs, and mainly they cow dung and urine, soil carbon regeneration, and symbiotic relationship between multiple crops and organism in the soil. It is all within the recycling kind of things. And as a result, because they are not depending on any input from the outside, it is expected to reduce the cost of cultivation. And also, one of the pillar is mulching. So much mulching is given importance. So around 8 to 10 centimeter thickness mulch will be there. As a result, there will not be any weeds. There will not be any evapotranspiration. The nutrient loss will not be there, and it reduces water requirement of the crop also. We have seen because of the climate change and water exploitation is so much. So natural farming, when we go, there will not be any water exploitation, and it will be resilient to climate change and reduce the risk in farming, because mainly it depends on the local seed, local land races. Because more it is more suitable, more resilient to natural condition. Rejuvenation of degraded land, because under in Tamil Nadu also, I think you might have been seen, there is a under NADP, the wasteland is converted into natural farming. Okay. Then safe and healthy food for citizen. People are willing to pay, but they are not getting the quality product. So that is also one of the mandate of the government. And sustainable yield and year-round income. Year-round income, because it promotes diversity in the cropping system. It is not single crop. At least minimum, some of the natural farmers, they are growing around 20-22 crops in a piece of land. So it is like every day. Suppose if they are growing some green leafy vegetable, every day the income get the weekly income, and medium term, long term. It includes perennial, animal husbandry, fisheries, everything. So year-round income also ensures. So these are all the four major pillars. One is Jivamrita, that is it is like a concoction of cow dung and also other material. Bijamrita, I will not go to the details. Achadana is mainly of mulching. Vapsa is say soil aeration, because suppose if you are going for command area, if you see the soil, it is more of crust formation. There will not be any aeration at all in the soil. So there is no friability of soil. So if you go to the natural farming and see the difference, a lot of difference is there. Soil is very loose, very friable, and a lot of good aeration is there, good for crop growth. So initially, in the year 2015, they started Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana. Paramparagat means is anybody is from Hindi belt. What is the Paramparagat? It is like a traditional. So, okay. Then Mission Organic Value chain development for Northeast region. Already Northeast, there is already a scheme promoting the organic value chain, because you all know that Sikkim is already declared as a organic state, and most of the other six sisters also, they are by default it is organic. And many state, if you see the Himachal, Gujarat, and Andhra Pradesh, almost 4.5 million hectare, it is under converted into natural farming already. Okay. Then even this Bharatiya Prakriti Krishi Paddhati, the BPKP, Bharatiya Prakritik is nature. Krishi, agriculture. Paddhati means the practice. Okay. Bharatiya Prakritik Krishi Paddhati is it is made as a sub scheme of PKVY, and many states already adopted, and already 4.5 lakh acre is converted into acre is converted in 9 states. And now, as I told, it's already national mission is brought out, and this will be rolled out from next year onwards. Next. These are all the important component of national mission. So in every mission, here how it is related to you. So every activities of mission, extension role is there. Suppose if you wanted to, one of the main mandate is it will be implemented in a mission mode. Then who will do it? Normally it will come down to the grassroots level extension worker. Because see, in Himachal, entire Atma, they are focusing only on natural farming. With to block action plan, district action plan, they are converting into a part of SREP, strategic research extension plan, and submitting. So entire their activity is based on the natural farming only. So normally it will be implemented, and one of the other activities, it has to be reached out to all state, covering at least one village in every gram panchayat. Again, who will do? Every gram panchayat, at least one village should be converted into natural farming. Again, extension officer has to do it. And another mandate of the mission is sensitize and work with different stakeholder, including local body, to make NFS a mass movement. Here, how to make mass movement? We as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, before August 15th, because last year March only they have given and managed, because given a nodal agency at national level, we have conducted a large scale mass awareness program with the help of rural development, because convergence has been taken care of. Because you know that the mass awareness can be possible with the help of the panchayat level. So panchayat president have been given awareness. So for that, suppose agriculture department, if we call for meeting, they will not come. So from Government of India, Secretary has written a letter to all the chief secretaries of the state, and requesting the chief secretary to write a letter to all the collectors in the across the country. So chief secretaries respective state, they written a letter, and they mobilize the gram pradhans, rural development people. They mobilize the pradhans at the district level, block level, and then Department of Agriculture, they conducted a program, a one-day awareness program. So within 2.5 months, we could able to cover around 56,000 gram pradhans by covering 1,009 programs. So it was a very massive program for them to support. We developed a master trainer, around 660 master trainers have been developed, and we developed the material and given to them, because the extension officer may not be knowing what is natural farming, what are the do's and don'ts, and that has been translated in all the languages and supplied to them, including PowerPoint videos we prepared and distributed to them. Then they have to make a extension officer, again they have to make a research research agenda and validation program. Research agenda, because many times whatever Jeevamrita, Gana Jeevamrita, and these things scientists are criticizing. Is it not? There is no scientifically validated information. So that has to be a research agenda in terms of the whatever the input they are using in the natural farming. They have to sit with the research people, and they have to validate information through participatory approach, and training modules and curricula. Now Government of India also constituted a committee to develop a module and curriculum in all the universities. I think in every agriculture university there will be course, even certificate course, diploma course, UG, PG course will be on natural farming. They have submitted a report to ICR and Government of India. And there is a need for package of practices and dissemination of success stories. Currently, there is no package of practices for natural farming. So whatever we are promoting is community managed practices. Some farmers are practicing successfully, that was documented and communicated to them. So these so and so farmers are using, and you can also replicate the success. But in future, actually, this has to be validated. We need to develop a package of practices, scientifically validated packages. And we need to create a local value chain, marketing support, and also certification system. So even value chain. So in Andhra Pradesh, if you see, the large area is on natural farming. There is a RYSS, Raita Sadhikara Sangha. There is a RYSS separate like department, one retired IAS officer is chairing the heading that division. So they promoted a larger area on natural farming. So market tie-up, they are making tie-up with the TDT, the, that is Tirupati Devasthanam Board. So a lot of the quality material is procured by TDT, and they are persuading the PDS also for linking the market. And financial resources from the central, state government, international finance. Many people, even when we conducted one program, one of the from Japan, one of the donor, they wanted to promote natural farming in a larger area, 2 lakh acres, 3 lakh acre in a contiguous area. If some extension officer, extension division is ready to mobilize the farmer, they are willing to pay because it will come under the carbon credit. So many they developed, I think carbon credit you are aware. Anybody is doing research on that? That is carbon credit. So carbon credit because if anybody is doing, many countries, there is a they have to comply for the carbon credit. So what they are doing actually, like that developed countries, they are promoting some 10 lakh acre and natural farming. So 10 lakh acre, they doesn't require fertilizer. So in that they can assess and certify it as this much emission has been saved due to the natural farming. So this under CSR, corporate social responsibility also, now corporates need to spend 2% of their profit on social development. They wanted to spend on these kind of activities. Then strong technical support for natural farming and nurturing community institution for sustaining farmers. So this is also one of the mandate of the mission. Next. So as I told, this is under this mission, Manage has been given a role for national level as a nodal organization, knowledge repository, and we developed a short courses and curricula developed for master trainers, small because there is no ready-made material available. We wanted to promote the national level, so short courses have been developed and master trainer modules have been developed, material has been developed for master trainers, and also one day awareness program also separate material is developed. And with the help of Samiti and Atma, we rolled out this training program for promoting natural farming. And as I told, around 1009 program we conducted across the country within 2.5 months. Okay. And we translated material in all the 22 languages, including Dogri, Nepali, whatever the languages in India, all the 22 languages. And also we collected material. But in Tamil Nadu also some of the students are doing research on natural farming. We have written a letter to all the vice chancellors, all the ICR institute to collect whatever the information available. So we got some information. We hosted we created one web page exclusively on natural farming. We hosted that, and we created a YouTube exclusively for natural farming, and whatever the videos available, films we uploaded there. And we conducted one pilot study also to understand what is happening. We taken 3 states, 4 state, Himachal, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, and also Sikkim, to understand what is happening, and accordingly we can proceed. And also throughout India, around 450 to 500 NGOs. Normally, the natural farming is promoted by CSO organization. Okay, and NGOs, they are promoting largely. So around 4,500 organizations, they form a consortium like a NCNF, that is National Coalition of Natural Farming. So they are already working with the farmer. We made a MOU with them and collected some of the information, taken their support for rolling out this program. Next slide, please. So this is our top. You can see the YouTube, where whatever the films are there, we translated in all the 22 languages and within short period and posted there. And this is our web page on natural farming. A lot of information is there, and the video, study material, list of master trainers, list of champion farmers, study material, PPTs, all these things are hosted. This means there is no huge material. Whatever collected material hosted, it will be on public domain. So anybody would like to use this material, they can use it. Next. This is, as I said, even this one is translated in Tamil also. 56,808 gram pradhans have been trained through online program, and we prepared a nice illustration posters and PPTs and given to them. Study material also prepared and given to them. Next slide, please. See, these are the website. You can see even Dogri, Bodo language, Manipuri, Maithili, Santali, in Sanskrit, Punjabi, Urdu. Sometimes it is not used much, but still, without any discrimination, all these regional languages we have translated, and it is available. You can use any languages as an extension person. Next slide. So these are these pradhans and gram pradhans we trained across the country. Next. Next slide, please. So master trainers list also, we have a list of languages, their subject wise, their mobile number, email, any suppose, because as a nodal organization, we have to give a handholding support, technical handholding support for the state government, because every state there is a state implementation cell also. So we have given some kind of handholding as a, see why I'm telling is, suppose if you're an extension officer, any program to roll out, you have to think holistically, right from all the support services, then only state can take forward. Next. So another we have created now, digital agriculture is gaining importance. We cannot focus all the people, all the section of the people. We developed a MOOC course covering around 16 chapter in one course, various aspects, right from this oil management and concept clarity, crop diversification, biostimulant, and how to link FPOs in the marketing, local land races and its management. Various livestock integration, other like beekeeping, agroforestry in the natural farming. All these things we have called best of the resource person across the country, recorded, video recorded their lecture, and developed the study material, PPT, and some kind of online interactive platform also created. It is hosted in 2 languages, one in English and also Hindi. And so anybody can, at free of cost, they can acquire knowledge if they wanted to acquire. Other activities which in other under scheme, because we are waiting for the fund. Once fund is come, then we wanted to do many other activities like creation of interactive online platform on natural farming. So it will be more of like portal. So a lot of information in one-stop shop kind of things. Everything should be linked, and a lot of information will be available. And because we wanted to train adequate number of master trainer and practicals and hands-on experiences, and also we wanted to keep some team of expert at national level to give a handholding support to the trained master trainer. So that's what we have given advertisement to select good people, so that they can, suppose this master trainer, when they are going to the respective state and promoting natural farming, if they come across any problem, these expert has to give handholding. Suppose some people will say that some weed is not unable to control without any chemical, and they may say that there is no there is no chemical, or it is not possible to control some particular pest and diseases. So some experts should be available, dedicated expert at the national level to support the master trainer while promoting the natural farming. And we wanted to develop frequently asked questions. We developed some of the questions when we conducted some 1,000 program gram pradhans. Many frequently they asked, so whether it will work, which cropping system it will work, and whether is it possible to control weed under natural farming, and whether yield will reduce, and how long it will take, what kind of gestation period. So such type of frequently asked question, we wanted to develop a standard material, and that will be updated frequently and circulated to all the states. And we wanted to create a repository of scientific and community validated good practices and success stories. As told, there is no scientifically validated evidences now. So we wanted to develop and support the state and a network of expert and national directory of experts we wanted to create, because many already after Prime Minister has announced, many states and many universities they are already involved. ICR Institute, there are 22 institute is earmarked, and you may be knowing that around 425 KVK is given responsibility to undertake demonstration across the country. So many experts are available. We wanted to bring all their details in one place, and we want to create some national level toll free helpline for natural farming also. And around Government of India, 10,000 farmer producers is promoted. Now Manage is also having a national academy on FPO. So we wanted to strengthen the FPOs, whatever they promoted now, and link to them for natural farming farmers, so that unless there is a market, when we talk about the environmental sustainability without economic sustainability, people not continue. So we, as far as possible, we wanted to create a local demand and also local market for the natural farming product, and we will be continuously doing national level convention and national conferences, seminars, and review meeting, webinars, etc. So these are all the future activities of Manage on natural farming. Next, please. Other thing, suppose as a extension people, what we can do other than these things. One is suppose Assam from March, the officer they wanted to have a training program with Manage, and they wanted to see, they wanted to interact with the farmer who is doing, they wanted to see the farm, and they wanted to see any village is very successful in natural farming. So normally we keep saying that seeing is believing. So it is better to have a model farm, model farmer, and model village concept. So then only we can convince the farmer, anybody would like to promote. Second thing is farmer led extension. When I said the Himachal, when we conducted one study, there they adopted one concept that, so they are not all the farmers are not going for immediate replication. So as they formed a small groups, women group and also commodity interest group. One of the farmers field, all these 25 farmer, they take some land in their farmers field, and everybody collectively they undertake the farming activity on natural farming. One season they will do, second season they will do. Once they successful, then all the another 19 people also they do in their respective field. So it is more convincing instead of going directly for everybody's field. So collectively they does in one single farmer's field. Once they convince, then easy for replication, though it will be more convincing. So similar and farmer led extension also in Andhra Pradesh, if you see, there are they promoting the champion farmers model. Champion, they are creating a champion farmer, they are educating is just like our the contact farmer kind of things. So he has to each champion farmer is linked to around 200 farmer. So champion farmer, they have developed very good network and involvement of gram pradhans, because nowadays in the panchayat raj system, every schemes and program is routed through gram panchayat. So once we convince the gram pradhans, it is easy for them for us to replicate in a larger area without having much time, because he's a convincing farmer. He can convince, he can persuade other farmers. And we also wanted to use the KCC, that is advisory, because Kisan Call Center is effectively doing technology dissemination. So we wanted to train the Kisan Call Center agents also on natural farming, so they can also disseminate. And we also wanted to, whatever the videos we have taken, that is shared with the DD Kisan also. So they can also telecast their videos for upscaling. And we wanted to make use at least one weekly once on natural farming programs. And Another concept we can promote is promotion of family farmer concept. Now, family doctor is there, is it not? Family doctor is there. Is family farmer means at least the suppose I am purchasing all the fruits and vegetable in a single farmer, and he can frequently visit their farm, interact with them, and he can also see what they how they are cultivating. So it will be more convincing, and he know that what he is eating. Okay. So that way, he is willing to pay more to the farmer, and that encourages the farmer to produce more also. So wherever when we are interacting with the natural farmer, they say that we are producing, but it's very difficult to market it because people are not appreciating that, and they do not have a confidence that it is produced through natural farming. And partnering with local institution is very important, especially natural farming is concerned. Department doing very less right now. So, but NGOs and CSO organization, they are already promoting. In Andhra Pradesh exclusively, they wanted to develop one university on natural farming under German funded project. So better to have NGOs and self-help groups and also farmer producers organization, both because Andhra Pradesh is one of the successful state for natural farming because they in the south generally compared to north, south is very much successful with regard to group approach. Self-help group is very common and is very successful model. Especially within the south, if you see, Andhra Pradesh is very successful with regard to self-help group. So they used this self-help group for activities. They introduced these kitchen garden as entry level activities. Then so entry level at kitchen garden means so it is like they produced on their own without any chemical, and they could able to see that there is a difference in the taste, quality, keeping quality, everything. Then similar way they are convinced the farmer, why can't we go for in the main field? So that's why they are successful. So we have to partner with the local institution, whatever the farmers collective is there. And phased and targeted approach is also one of the important extension approach we can say, because everybody is many people are having a feeling that it will be like Sri Lanka. Suppose if we promote natural farming, because Sri Lanka they are quoting for natural farming. That's what even Honorable Prime Minister also saying that we will not go for large scale. It is a very small scale and targeted approach. Targeted approach means around 58% of the land is under dryland condition now. So you use in the dryland area because dryland already the external input is very less. Most of the dryland they are not using any inorganic fertilizer. So you can target the dryland and also horticulture sector, because many the cropping pattern is changing. Many farmers are converting their annual crops to perennial crops because of the climate uneven distribution of rainfall, unpredictability of the climate situation. So they wanted to go for even labor problem. They are switching over to horticulture. So horticulture also this is more suitable. Suppose this natural farming. So in tribal area, northeastern region. So it should be more of targeted approaches where we have to, as an extension officer, we have to decide which area we have to focus so that it will not have a large scale impact on the food and nutrition security at a national or state level. At the same time, we can slowly, gradually convert our land to the healthy soil. Next. Similarly, the integration of allied sector is very important in natural farming is concerned, because the scientists simply there is a contradictory between the people who are promoting natural farming and also scientists. One reason is they are conducting a trial on natural farming and maize. It is not actually, if you see the pattern itself is totally different. If a natural farmer, any natural farmer, he used to integrated many things like sheep, goat, animal husbandry, ruminants, large animals and also small animals, poultry, agroforestry, beekeeping. So overall, the income will be more compared to the any single crops. So, and also cluster approaches. It is also one of the important extension approaches we can promote, because when we study, they were telling that because they are using in a smaller area for natural farming, But smaller area, sometimes the pest migration is coming here. So if we are promoting in a cluster basis, it is one of the best approach we can promote, and we need to strengthen and generate robust local evidences. Many success stories are there. We have to create. I'm even the ISA Yoga Center is also promoting large scale. Nammalvar in Tamil Nadu, they are promoting natural farming. Such type of success stories we have to develop and disseminate. And participatory evaluation, that is with scientists, and also that's what they any demonstration, it should be in farmers field rather than the research organization. And under this scheme, yesterday they were discussing around 1 lakh, 10 lakh bioresource center. Bioresource center means whatever the biostimulant they are producing. It should not be again give it to the corporates and private sector, and a large scale they should not produce, and it should not be a like commercial sector. So any self-help group they can produce. Suppose if I wanted to, I am having some land. Suppose I don't have a animal, but I wanted to use natural farming, but I cannot produce a, cow. I do not have a cow dung. I do not have a cow urine. I cannot produce all these. Jivamrit and Ganajeevamrit. At least self-help group within that area, if they are producing and within the local, it can be promoted. So some kind of local employment generation is possible. Similarly, local input also we can made available. And the local seed system is also very, very important. Now, monocropping system, there is no diversity. And so under we also submitted a proposal to Government of India. If it comes, we will be implementing that. So we wanted to identify land races within the local areas, and again we wanted to link the POs for evaluation, and the best performing land races again multiplication through the PO based supply chain. That kind of system we have proposed, and if it comes, because natural farming again, if we are going with the land races only, it will be successful. So for that we need a very good stock of land resources, and rewarding for ecosystem services also. Suppose if he is not applying fertilizer, so much emission will be reduced, carbon footprint is reduced, and water exploitation is minimized. So all this, it is a ecosystem services. So as a extension officer, there is a lot of scope for linking this farmer to the under corporate social responsibilities, give the benefits to the farmers. There are certain examples where this kind of natural farming, organic farmings are linked through corporate CSR, and the benefits is percolated to the farmers. And linking to carbon credit, as I told already, and innovative marketing models, and creating local demand. And this actually is better not to go for initial stages for international market, because international market there are a lot of confusion in the nomenclature. As I told, some people they say regenerative agriculture, biodynamic agriculture, natural farming, organic farming. So internationally, if you wanted to brand, you need a better certification system. Right now, we do not have a unique certification system for natural farming. So we have to, because we have 140 million billion people. So we wanted to provide some quality food for our own people. And Himachal and all in the roadside, the government of Himachal, they themselves are certifying like a crude method. So they are follow it up, and they are giving that this farmer is growing these crops for the last 1 year. 1 year means they are giving one star. 2 year means 2 star. For the last 3 years, he is continuing natural farming. He is giving 3 star. So roadside local vendor, farmers is keeping this product, and with departmental logo. So that will be facilitating this farmer to sell this product. Okay, that is kind of encouragement and some kind of confidence to the buyers. And we can use IT platform, social media for providing technologies, and also market and community management system of certification, PGS, participatory guarantee system. That is also cheapest, easiest method. And brand identity. Government of India is also wanted to build a brand at the national level. One product, India natural farming. Like we created a YouTube also, manage India natural farming like that. So like one brand, so that it will be easy for exporting to the other countries in future. And consumer awareness, that is also like egg council, isn't it? They are promoting, encouraging the consumer to take more egg and other thing. So national level also some kind of promotion, like millet we are promoting so much, like that natural farming also at the state level, district level we can promote, so that demand will be creating. So these are all the some of the activities extension officer can do promoting the natural farming. With this, I think I stop. Thank you very much for patience listening. And if you have anything, and if you wanted to supplement anything, you're most welcome. Actually, as you said, I told even now, even though there is no concept clarity. So as per the definition, it says that there should not be any external input. Suppose some farmer, horticulture crop if he is growing, and if he has installed drip irrigation, whether it can be treated as a natural farming or not. But he is not applying any fertilizer, pesticide, anything. But he has put a drip irrigation, whether it can be treated as a natural farming or that, there is no answer. But that's what actually it is in the very primitive stage, and there is no concept clarity, and we cannot define what is the difference between regenerative agriculture and natural farming, whether natural farming is part of regenerative, uh, all these things. So it requires now a lot of efforts now, because as I told, already 22 universities also involved and taking up trials. Force 25 KVK is also involved, and slowly it will come. And there are those who are promoting natural farming. They say that it should be only a desi cow, desi urine. But scientists are, where is the scientific evidence? Why, suppose if you use HF and other Jersey cow dung, what will happen? Or why only cow? Why can't we ox? And this on Rajasthan and all, we have a camel. Why can't we apply camel manure? What will happen? Buffalo. So these kind of things are, there is no. And this concoction also 9 8 quantity, how much quantity is right, and if we add more, is there any impact? There is no. That's what I do. We have to develop a scientifically validated information slowly. Now we are saying that it is a community managed practices. Community management means this certain farmer is doing, he feel that it is working, and he feel that it is useful. So if you are interested, you try. If you also convinced, you continue, you expand till scientifically validated information comes. Even scientists, those who are working in natural farming, also mix up organic farming, natural farming, and while telling interchangeably, they use the terminologies.
Okay. Uh, the suggestion is that like because of the soil degradation and all, like it is we were suggested to do the natural farming in the wasteland, more focus in the wasteland. So waste, according to the land categorization, like wastelands are usually used for the grass grazing and all. So for the food products, it will be profitable.
No, profitable because I told you in Tamil Nadu also there is a national NADP, National Agriculture Development Program. Under that, there is a scheme where the fallow land is converted into cultivable land. In that, actually, suppose if we fallow land already it is there, they cannot go for intensive agriculture. Already fallow, they are going for cereals. Mainly, they are going for less input requirement crops and less external input. They are not applying any fertilizer. They are not applying any irrigation system. So slowly they are converting to the. So they don't want to take risk also. More investment and other things. So the fallow conversion of fallow land is scheme available in Tamil Nadu. Similarly, they can go for here natural farming. It can go for horticulture crop. It doesn't require much the input, agroforestry, integrated farming system. So it doesn't require much. It is a state government funded. Okay, it is not a national scheme, or they have started in Andhra Pradesh with their own fund, and also from CSR. CSR fund they have started, and they got some money from the GIZ, also German program also they started, and it is not a national scheme. But Tamil Nadu under BPKP, Bharatiya Prakritik Krishi Paddhati. So under that there are 9. RKV, madam. RK is a BPKP is a part of RKV.
Implement that zero budget natural farming department in Tamil Nadu? Is it possible to convert as like as Andhra Pradesh?
Now, under this national mission, again, all the state will be implementing natural farming. Okay. Now, a lot of controversy that no zero budget farming also they had a lot of budget. So 100 crore Ajim Premji has given for this. So then they started criticizing. Now they are not using the zero budget farming. They themselves has changed the name as Andhra Pradesh Community Managed Natural Farming. So no more zero budget actually. That title itself is they have changed.
Said organic farming, natural farming is still is like no one can understand the full meaning, sir, because we thought that both is similar, like that everyone perceived. So
One single difference is natural organic farming. The organic manure, organic pesticide, bio botanicals from outside also allowed. In definition, natural farming, everything should be generated within the farm. That is the only difference you can say.
okay.
So the organic input from the because the neem oil, they are for corporates are producing and they are using in the organic farming. But in as per definition in natural farming, it is not permitted. So that also should be generated within the farm. So there should not be any external input.
According to farmers' point of view, they still not ready to do natural farming or organic farming, sir. So what is the step for creating awareness to farmers regarding this natural farming, sir?
That's what I told, many awareness program we have to gradually only, many we have to give a mass awareness. That's why we conducted a Gram Pradhan's awareness because they are the policy implementer they can do. And like that state policy also take a major problem. Suppose state government, if they think that no, in all the public distribution system, only organic products or natural farming products are procured distributed, definitely there will be a lot of demand for organic product. Then when there is a market, definitely farmers start growing it. One single intervention. Suppose if they say that all the government hospitals, only organically produced material will be procured. If they take a decision, policy decision, then a lot of demand. Such type of policy decision, awareness creation in terms of mass media usage and creating awareness, like millet I was telling now, it is mainly because of the awareness. Everybody talking about the millet nowadays. Otherwise, nothing is new. Millet from the beginning, for the century old, it is there, and everybody forgot. And all of a sudden, because at the international level, it is recognized, it is spearheaded by Government of India, and they made this year as a international year of millet. And 140 countries now they are giving more importance for natural millet cultivation. So automatically, there is a demand for millet which is grown in India. So when demand comes, naturally farmer will grow.
Like by requirement.
Natural farming now, current guidelines, they say that only 6 months is enough because it is not targeting for export. Right now, it is only for domestic, and they also wanted to have a like our new education policy. Now, suppose if you have you completed 2 courses, you can be given a certificate and diploma, then degree, like that. Similarly, they are promoting the committee because national level there is a committee constituted to give a recommendation. This committee is suggesting that similar kind of things. No, it should not be. Suppose gestation period is 3 years or 5 years. The farmer who is investing or incurring loss should not be uh, uh, incur loss. So what they are saying, suppose if already 1 year is over, he can be given like Himachal, given some kind of one rating. So 2 year is over, 2 rating. For that, at least 1 rating, some kind of incentive can be given. 2 rating, some kind. After 3rd year, 3 rating. So the every year he will get an incremental benefit. Otherwise, till 5 years, it will not be treated as a natural farming. Only after 5th year, you will get some better price. Means nobody will grow. So this kind of suggestion is there. Still, the certification system, they are not brought out. It is under consideration. that is called progressive certification. Progressive. So slowly, one by every year, whatever they see, 1 year he has not used any fertilizer pesticide. For that we have to compensate. That's what they are suggesting. Any other things? So thank you very much. I must thank Professor Ed for giving me opportunities, and also all the senior faculty members and all the student friends. As a again, I was a student, now again as a faculty, I come here interacting with you. It is a very great pleasure for me to interact with you all. I wish you all the best. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Balasubramani. So as a student researcher in this department, he started to work on expert system. And that was the time in India, nobody was thinking about expert system. He is the first student to work on expert system. But now he has gone to natural farming. So two extreme ends. Okay. So now a request, actually the lecture was quite interesting, and he has done A to Z of natural farming. So it's a one example, natural farming concept, how to promote it in India at a national level, that too with the extension flavor. So like this, we can apply it for any concepts. He has done for natural farming. It's a lesson that we can apply it for other things also. So with these few words, I request Dr. Nirmala Devi to formally propose a vote of thanks.
A warm good evening to everyone. I take this as a privilege to thank for this action. First of all, I wish to thank. Okay, sir. It is under recording. In the browser. First of all, I wish to thank our most respected and beloved Vice Chancellor, Madam, for making us and motivating us such a kind of activities for the betterment of the students. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And I thank our beloved Dean SPGS, a vibrant personality who uses all these opportunities for the sake of students. Sir supports us in all the activities, both morally as well as financially. Thank you, sir. I thank the Professor and Head Department of Agriculture Extension and Rural Sociology for his continuous and ready guidance and support. My sincere thanks are due to Dr. Balasubramani, the Director, CCA Manage, and from the National Nodal Unit for Organic Farming. Sir gave us a clear picture of the importance of organic farming with supportive statistics, with a stress on extension strategies, which fits well in the extension framework. Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. And I wish to thank all the scientists who are joined through online and offline for the session. Thank you so much. I thank all the student friends for their participation and interaction. Thanks for all the supporters of this event. Thank you once again. Thank you.